Yo, run it back.
Yo, welcome to episode 9 of Run It Back Podcast. This is Dan. I got Keith and Kev with me as usual.
What's up?
Hello, we're back, episode 9. About to hit that 10 mark.
So
Almost there.
One more. What do you guys want to do? New music or get into the topics?
So we've been gone for about another week, right? So last week, no albums dropped, right, Dan?
Yeah. No.
Nothing notable.
Maybe
worth
a couple.
covering. Someone might argue against that.
Well, during the week. When did JID drop it?
He dropped earlier this week.
And then shout out to my man Kaio.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking about JID, let's just get right into it then.
That's a sleeper.
DiCaprio 2. Have you guys had a chance to listen?
I did. And honestly, JID is up next.
Super fire. He's underrated. Super lyrical as well. Someone that you gotta actively listen to, pay attention to what he's saying. And he signed to a dope label, man. J. Cole definitely saw something in him that signed him to
J. Cole needs to pass the charger over, eh?
Who?
J. Cole needs to pass that charger over.
Homeless looking ass.
J. Cole, you know that song that they have together on the project?
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole
Westbrook.
said he had a line in that song where he was
these.
like, JID is the closest person to me.
Lyrically?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Hey, man. Girl had more abortions, call that bitch a haunted house. That was dirty.
It is. I don't know. Their styles are so different, though, you know?
Yeah. I think he's definitely the second best talent on their label.
So, speaking about the project, Keith, what are your thoughts?
No, this is someone that I know we mentioned this 2 weeks ago where Dan was shouting out some albums that might be coming out. So, yeah, JID is someone that I don't know about. A lot of rappers I don't know about. And I was surprised. I saw Leonardo DiCaprio on the cover. I was just like, okay, I wonder what this is all about. And the whole album, in my opinion, was pretty good. They have A$AP Ferg, Cole is on there, Black's on there, a lot of notable figures, and I think the whole album was a well-produced album.
Yeah, a lot of dope features on the album. But I gotta say, let me pull up the track list here. That Black and LMA song, I was expecting a little bit more. When I saw their names on the track, I thought it'd be a little bit more fire.
Yeah, I'd probably skip that one as well.
Yeah.
The one I really liked was Hotbox with Method Man and Joey Badass. It was
fire.
Super New York. And it's crazy because JID is from East Atlanta, right? So to hear him spit the way he does, especially given the climate and how Atlanta's sound is right now, it's incredible. He's so different compared to everyone.
The one, Westbrook, song number 3 with A$AP Ferg, Freak.
Who's that?
Super fire. That song is hard. The one with J. Cole, fire. 151 Rum, you already know how that one goes.
Do we now?
My favorite was probably Strawberries.
Yo, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Yo, I love that.
He performed that on Jimmy Fallon. His first TV appearance.
True.
Yep.
BJ kills all the hooks he's on, man. He's sick.
And also, speaking about Jimmy Fallon, he's always on like these dope hip hop acts. He always invites them up. It might be because of the roots, because
it's definitely because of the roots.
Yeah, for sure.
They give people an opportunity to perform and give them a platform to shine.
Like, out of all the late night host people, I think Jimmy Fallon's a more music guy.
Yeah,
I think.
It's definitely because of the roots.
It's not Kimmel. It's not Conan. Conan? You're just gonna go play video games.
Yeah,
but
although that's dope in its own right.
That's dope in its own right.
Everyone feel like has like their own identity, but you're right. Fallon has like the more music aspect.
Yeah, it does.
But I mean, back to the subject at hand. Ratings.
Danny?
This is a 3.5 or a 4 to me. I'd give it a 4 because I wasn't disappointed at all. It was a pretty dope project. Good features, and JID is just super lyrical, which is something I enjoy. So 4 out of 5 and a repeat for me.
Repeat. All right. So for me, I feel like a few songs on there are really good. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's definitely a keeper for me. I'll definitely go back and listen to a few songs on there.
It's tough for me. I want to give it a 4, but I feel like that's a little too generous, but it's not as low as those 3.5. It's kind of stuck in the middle, and the only reason is a couple of tracks I didn't care for. So I'm gonna do 3.5, and it's a definite repeat though. I would recommend this to almost anyone who likes authentic hip hop. I think if he keeps up the way he does, he's definitely this generation's Andre 3000.
Over Kendrick?
I think they have different lanes.
And also, speaking about Kendrick, there's definitely similarities. You'll hear similarities throughout the project in terms of like flow and the tone of his voice, how he changes it. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're listening passively, you could totally mistake him for Kendrick. There's a slight difference, but I mean, the main reason I draw the Andre comparison is just because they're both from Atlanta, and then just the more rapid flows. Although Kendrick has that too.
Yeah. Also, speaking about Kendrick, JID said in an interview how he feels like Dreamville is competing with TDE, trying to be like one of the best rap labels in the game. What do you guys think about that? Do they stand a chance, or does TDE just wash them away?
TDE signed, what's that one we covered couple weeks ago? Reason, yeah.
TDE, in my opinion, is not even close.
Yeah. I feel like
Kendrick, Schoolboy, J-Rock, Reason,
Absol,
JID, SZA. Yo, it's a wrap.
You said JID?
Yeah. JID's Dream.
Yeah,
sorry. What am I saying?
Dreamville.
Yeah. Dreamville, I feel like only has JID, Cole, obviously, and Baz. I rate Baz, but other than that,
honestly, Dreamville's roster is not that deep. It's also, I mean, they're all talented. They're all strong performers, strong rappers, but they're pretty forgettable when it comes to song making. Like Baz's album was pretty trash.
I don't think they're at a place where they can compete with TDE right now. And also one other guy I forgot, Isaiah Rashad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. TDE is stacked.
Yeah, they are.
TDE
that
is
roster
stacked.
is much deeper.
Yeah.
And in terms of musical content, they hit all the notes, right? Like it has wide reach and appeal, but it's also technically very well thought out and put together.
Yep. TDE best label in the game?
They just might be.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they know what they're doing over there.
I think they are.
They know what they're doing.
They don't have a weak link, I feel like.
Agreed.
No.
Moving on. Let's talk
Going
about
to the opposite direction here.
Yeah. Complete opposite side of the spectrum. Let's talk about this dummy boy. Locked up behind bars, but we'll get to that topic later. Let's talk about his project 6ix9ine. Man, go ahead.
Hey, I listened to this album, and you know I have my own opinion on 6ix9ine and the kind of fuckery he tries to pull and he gets away with. But this album, to me, I liked it. I enjoyed it. You might say, you know, the shouting is too much and it's kind of ridiculous, but you know, I kind of like it. I enjoy it. It's like a headbanger. And coming from listening to people like Linkin Park, Slipknot, and all that shit, like that shouting type music, Papa Roach, oh man, I love that stuff. That's like that 6ix9ine yelling. It gets to me.
Too much yelling for me.
That's fair. But I kind of agree with Keith. And that was always the appeal of 6ix9ine too. It was the energy, right? Yeah. You don't listen to him for rapidy rap. Backpack bars, right? He's just a dumbass and he just goes stupid on the beat. And
Favorite
it's just this
rapper.
Energy. I wouldn't say he's a mumble rapper either, because mumble rapping connotes something slightly different, right? That's more like Yachty or Uzi, something more melodic. This guy is just pure energy. And
no, he is. Yeah, that's pure energy.
I mean,
he's like Casanova, if you guys know who that is from New York.
Nah, I'm not familiar with it.
He's a guy who just yells and shit too.
True.
But I gotta say that I was impressed with the melodic stuff that he did on the album. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be more yelling and energy. So, and to me, the two best songs on the album are the Spanish ones, number 7 and
that's
number 8.
Well. That's all end well, man.
Yeah, those two songs, I feel like they were the best. And
what about Kanye?
I like that one.
I like the Kanye.
Conga with Kanye, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's two Kanye ones. The one with Nicki on it too.
The one with Gunna wasn't bad either, from what I remember.
Yeah. And you know what? You know the song Fifi with Murder Beats and Nicki Minaj?
I'd skip that one.
I like the change of the flow that he does. Like that flow that he does is very different from like the rest of the thing. And I feel like his melodies, they're super dope. He should use that more often.
So one track I thought was kind of disappointing was the one with Bobby Shmurda, because I thought they were gonna set that shit on fire, but like the beat selection kind of killed it.
I couldn't hear him. What was he saying?
Yo,
I mean, he's rapping over a prison phone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what's
supporting
happening?
a track from jail.
Yo.
But 6ix9ine and Bobby should be a really sick collab, right? And anyway, as far as the project goes, I like his first one better, but he had some really great features on this one, and I would say maybe at least half the album is pretty good. And this shit goes hard in the gym. That's what I bump.
Oh yeah.
You know what it is? I feel like his antics and all that other bullshit that he's involved in takes away from the music for me. Because I feel like, for me personally, those things tend to take over the music, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I look at him and doing all these fuck shit. I'm like, yo, what is this kid doing? And then when I listen to his music, my brain just automatically starts thinking about all the other bullshit that he does, right?
For me, I'm sort of different. Yeah, I agree with you. This kid is doing some
stupid shit,
some really ridiculous shit, calling out people he shouldn't be calling out. Like, we're gonna get into this, but I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Fuck it,
like,
just do it now. It's a related topic.
Yeah, so the man was in jail and he got checked, right, by some was it Crips? I don't even know who it was.
Hold on. Let's do Actually, last episode we talked about how he got charged with racketeering charges, right?
Yeah.
And firearm charges.
Academics to snitch.
So he's in jail. Hold up. And then his bail got denied.
Yeah.
And then he has to spend time in prison till September of next year until he has his trial date, and then he has to go through that. Bro, that's fucked. That's like almost just under a year that he has to spend in jail.
Hey, you chose this path, bro.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
And then he got moved from one prison into another.
Yeah.
And then there were speculations that he's an informant, he's a snitch, because they moved him to a facility that usually they move informants to. But you guys told me today that it wasn't because he was snitching and he got G-checked by some gang members, right?
Yeah, he did. Like, I seen it on World Stop Hip Hop News, so they put that he got checked by some rappers affiliated with some other gangs, and yeah, they had to move him. So, hey, you chose this path, brother.
So they're saying how he was getting threats from a crew member, someone in his crew, and like it was funny because he ended up firing everyone, and then he wasn't even claiming that he was part of Treyway, which is something that you hear him yelling in his like older music. Mm-hmm. So it's a really, really messy situation, and I think like just the shit that he got himself involved in and the energy that he was putting out in the world just caught up to him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you put that out like that, and you call people out and have them ask them to test you, and what do you think is going to happen, right? Eventually it's going to come back around. But I mean, I feel like it really feeds into that persona that he's put out, and it helps more than hurts his music, because as much as you hear people say, oh, this guy's a fucking dumbass, this guy does numbers, right? And I think a huge part of it is the antics.
100%.
But I fuck with it still.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but his like legal troubles and what he's going through is super messy, so I guess we gotta stay tuned and see what happens with that. Mm-hmm. But going back to the album, I guess we can rate it and move on to the next one. So what do you guys think?
For me personally, the album was okay. It's something that I would keep just to, like Kevin said, this is one of those you might want to like bump into the gym. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5.
2.5 and a keep.
2.5 and a
shit
keep.
In the trash.
Half this album is worthy of keeping, so that's definitely why I want to keep it.
Kev?
I agree with that, actually, because I would bump this, and I probably will bump this in the gym, but only like a few of the tracks. So with that being said, 2.5 and a keep, keeping in mind the context that you listen to this in.
I'd give it a 2, and it's a delete for me.
Can't be mad at that either.
Yeah, I don't see myself like listening to 6ix9ine. All right, it's time for Meek Millie Championships. Arguably the release of the week. Super dope project. A lot of dope features. Usually we talk about how long albums is hard to get through, but I feel like this was one of the ones where you easily breeze through number 1 to 19. Different vibes. Lyrics are there. His energy is there. Man, the song with Rick Ross and Jay-Z. Oh my god!
Shout out to Phil Collins though.
Super
I
fire.
want to say that.
You get that intro?
Hey man, I love Phil Collins. That's like one of the songs that I actually bought on.
But you know
Apple
what I
Music.
gotta say with the intro? Meek Mill is known for his intros.
Yeah.
This one wasn't doing it for me. Like, it's dope. The flip of the sample is dope, and I still like it. But I compare it to the infamous Dreams and Nightmares intro, and it's like nowhere near that.
Did Jay-Z use Phil Collins for the same sample? I can't remember. I feel like he might have.
I don't know.
It's the most overused.
Yeah,
sample.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like.
But
no.
yeah, what are your thoughts of the project overall?
Keith, I'll let you go first.
So yeah, no, this. Oh man, I was waiting for this one for a while.
I know.
Waiting for this one for a while. You got Drake on there, back to back like Drake. He mentioned that in the album too, right?
Yep.
Oh my god! Shout out to how do you say this man's name? Anual AA. How do you say?
Yeah.
Brrr.
Anual.
Yo, what happened to Don Omar though? Just
Don
bringing that up. Spanish.
That's old school.
Yo, Dale Don Dale, bro. Shout out Don Omar.
We've never really talked about the rise of Latin trap music, eh?
You know,
Yep.
I don't even know shit about trap music and
That's
the
a
Latin fields.
That's an episode of his own.
Yeah, that's an episode of his own. But no, yeah, definitely standout track was the Jay-Z. I like the Fabulous one, Uptown Vibes. Respect the Game. I feel like there's only maybe one or two songs in
I
his
feel
album
like
that didn't
For
carry.
me, there
was
were two songs.
yo,
that
what
I
was the
didn't
song
really
where it
like.
was more like a trap beat? I can't remember what it was, but it was like a trap beat, and I couldn't feel it.
Or
It was really trap. So
I didn't like Splash Warning with Future, Roddy Ricch, and Young Thug. Like, when I
That might have
first
been-
read the title of that song, I was like, okay, these are three dope artists. But when I actually heard the song, I wasn't feeling it at all. So that's one of the ones I wasn't feeling.
Sure, that might be the one. But no, overall, the album was good. Even LMA 24/7.
Super fire.
Yeah, that was really good too. So a lot of these songs,
21
he-
Savage features, fire.
yeah,
The song Dangerous that came out before this album, that one's super fire as well. I like the diversity. He has the trap stuff. He has a little bit of R&B stuff. And then he has like Cold Hearted, the last song of the album, where he's like talking about some real shit as well, you know? So
That's a sick sample too.
yeah.
So with this album, I think the diversity is definitely a big plus, and I think it marks his sort of maturation as an artist, right? He's kind of. I think the problem with his last few projects is, and I think our boy Vinny brought this up as well. It's just all he talks about was the rollies and the trapping,
Yeah.
and that kind of gets tired real quick. So now, especially with the context of him going to prison and going through the disaster that is the U.S. justice system, he has a lot more to say. There's a lot more substance, and he talks about a lot of real shit, right? Like the problem with the justice system, the social issues,
Prison
and
reform.
just his experience in the prison reform, and he still has a couple of those trap hits, right? So with that, I think he's improved greatly, and he's had. These experiences have greatly improved his ability to talk about a wide variety of subjects. But the main thing, I still think it's too long. 19 tracks is too long for an album.
Yeah.
And it is pretty good, but I think projects should be a little more focused. But
He
I
was
did
gone
enjoy
for a
this
long
quite a
time,
bit.
right?
yeah, man.
And I get it. But I still thoroughly enjoyed this. I just think, like, sometimes when you have a 20 album track, it's really hard to get through.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you haven't had music for so long from a specific artist, like Lil Wayne's Carter 5
Yeah.
album, when he dropped 25 songs, and the 3 other songs he dropped separately,
Yeah.
like that's something I'm willing to take some time and listen to, you know?
Yeah, but break it up throughout the year then. Because
Part 1, part 2.
otherwise, you throw everything at once, we're going to digest it, and we're going to throw it away in a few weeks, right? If you really have substance, which I really do believe Meek has here,
Yeah.
if he split it out throughout the year, it would have a lot more staying power. In 6 months, we're not really going to remember this. We're going to be like, yo, that was a dope album, but we're not going to play it.
I
Or
think
not play as many of these tracks.
Meek is someone who's like constantly in the studio recording on new music, so I feel like we'll probably get something not too far away, definitely under a year. I feel like, and I think like he was gone for a long time, so he felt like there was a lot of shit that he needed to put out, and like his fans were waiting for music too, right? I feel like 3-4 songs max that he could have cut out from this album.
Agreed.
And the rest of them, like, they're all fire.
I mean,
this is arguably his best project. Arguably.
Ooh. Better than his Dream Chasers stuff?
No. Not mixtapes, album-wise.
Okay.
Yeah, no. You can't fuck with the Dream Chasers series.
Then I agree.
Yeah.
And I think what the albums do better, like I said earlier, is there's a little more depth. There's a little more variety in subject matter, which you didn't see from younger Meek, right? Which was why he got stale really quick.
Yeah.
21 Savage tweeted something about how the album brought a tear to his eyes.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I've seen that.
You guys all seen that?
Yeah.
And I think that captures it perfectly, right? Because of his experiences, he's able to touch on a lot of points that are really relatable to a lot of these other rappers and people who go through the same problems as he does.
Yep.
So it's real shit, and that's what I appreciate. It's genuine.
No, shout out to him, man. His prison reform shit that he's doing as well is super dope. Because as someone that he went through the system and witnessed it firsthand, now he's trying to help other people who are going through the same thing.
So ratings.
Keith.
Yeah, this album for me is definitely a repeat. I really enjoyed it. 4 out of 5, easy.
Kev?
Same predicament as the JID album. Between 3.5 and 4. Almost a 4. I think it's a 3.5 and a repeat for me, though.
I agree with Keith. I think it's a 4 out of 5 and a repeat for me. Who do we got next? Wah. Bitch,
Wow.
I'm no baby.
Well, Jinx, you owe me a soda.
I didn't get through this, so it's all you guys.
No, like you mentioned this, Kev. Like, I was just listening to this in the background, just doing.
This project is called Street Gossip, by the way.
Yeah, Street Gossip. I listened to this while I was just doing homework. So, in all honesty, it was a mediocre album. I think it was just a listen and move on. But I didn't have any issue with the album in regards to like any features or any of the contents, because it flowed. I think it flowed very well. I didn't have any problems listening to it. It was nothing where I wanted to skip and move on to the next song. I'm like Earl Sweatshirt, but we'll get to that. But no, overall, this album, it flowed well for me, and it's not like I enjoyed it, but I liked it. It was okay.
I think for me personally, his first project left a really strong impression on me.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing he's put out since then has lived up to that same level. Like, I was really expecting a lot from his project with Gunna, but that one was underwhelming, and I feel the same. So I agree with you. This is like mediocre. The song with Meek Mill is super fire. The song with Gunna is fire as well. The one with 2 Chainz and Gucci Mane is dope as well. But as an overall project, it's mediocre. Nothing special.
Nothing special, but
yeah.
Hey, it's a listen, right? It's filler, but no, it was okay. I don't think there's nothing really else to talk about this album. It was just there during the week.
Kev?
I didn't get through it, so I'm gonna have to pass on this one.
He's gonna have to pass on it, but
just quickly rate it and move on.
Rate it for me, I would give it, comparing it back to 6ix9ine. No, I would give it back. It's tough giving these albums a rating. Just something that flowed well. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5, and it's a delete for me because it's nothing that I would go back to listen to.
I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5 too, but I would keep it just because there's a few songs that I would go back and listen to, but I wouldn't listen to the overall project.
In all honesty, when we say something like, when we give 2 out of 5 or 2.5 out of 5, do we actually go back? How many times have you actually gone back to listen to a song? Like, I know you were mentioning Jay Critch, right?
Yeah.
But then you gave that like not a 2.5. You probably gave that 3.5. Probably around there.
You know what it is?
What?
We talk about this, right?
Yeah.
The volume of music that drops. So last week, not a lot of projects dropped, so I had a little bit of time to go back and listen to other things.
Luckily, thank God.
But every Friday, so many freaking projects drop. So just because I want to listen to it a few times and be able to form like a proper opinion so I can come here and talk about it, I end up just moving on and listening to recently released projects instead of going back to some of the things that I said I would keep and listen to see if I changed my rating.
We touched upon this time again, right? I mean, I think one thing we can do is towards the end of the year, we'll kind of look back.
No, 100%. We'll do a recap.
And see what we've rated and see if that still holds true. Yep. And if not, then we've got to reevaluate our rating system, right?
Yep. No, towards the end of the year, we'll do that 100%. But I feel like this year, we'll have a huge list of projects that drop that we'll have to go through. Much bigger than last year. Because last year, I felt like was a really big year. But I think this year, it just went up to another level.
I mean, last year we weren't really doing this, so you weren't keeping track.
No, I wasn't.
Think just as much music comes out, if not more now.
I'm just getting into this stuff, so the amount of music that comes out is ridiculous.
So fast.
Before the new year, we'll have a special episode where we recap everything that we've gone through. We'll have a list, go through it, and see if things change.
Are we going to do a Secret Santa too?
Hey, man, you never know. Stay tuned. Christmas special, New Year's special episode coming.
All right, I can't wait.
I guess this is the last project we're going to review and rate. Earl Sweatshirt. He dropped, what's the title?
Some rap songs.
Some rap songs. Man, I couldn't even find it in my library because I deleted it.
Yo, I keep these until like we actually review it, then I delete it if I delete it.
This is the thing. Earl is super dope. He's lyrical. I listened to him before. I heard his freestyles when he goes on different radio stations.
I thought Doris was good.
Doris was fire.
Yeah. That was a while ago too. I haven't listened to it since.
This album,
but I remember.
I feel like sonically, I don't know, something was weird. Whether it was the mix, I felt like some of the songs, the beats were so loud, you can barely hear what he's saying. But if you actually pull out the lyrics and read along as you're listening to the song, you're going to have a higher level of appreciation for it than I did. Because I was just trying to listen to it. And I was getting anxiety, I told you guys, because I felt like it was all over the fucking place. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was so hard for me to get through it. So I don't know how you guys feel.
So for those of you who haven't listened to this yet, it's called Some Rap Songs, and it's a 25-minute album. And if you know anything about Earl, he gets busy on the mic. And he's still doing that, but I mean, it's all by design. So it's very lo-fi production. He's basically, how do you say this? He's invoking MF Doom, right? So he's doing really abstract flows and rhythms and patterns. Sometimes I don't even think the beats are in 4/4 time. I tried counting some of these and they're kind of weird, but it as an album for consumption, it's kind of tough to get through. I understand there's a lot of artistic merit. This is one of those albums that's meant to be dissected and listened to actively, right? Where you're
definitely need
sitting there
for this.
With the lyrics and you're looking for all the little bars. Because there's definitely some bars and very complex rhythms and rhyme schemes layered in. But it's not something you can passively listen to, and it's not something I would play on the regular. I almost don't want to wait or rate it yet because I've only listened to this 2 times or 3 times, and I don't think that's enough. It's enough time to do this fairly. Especially given the clear intent of the project.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I should rate it either. Because right now, if I were to rate it, I'd actually give it like a 1.5.
Like you did 88 Glam?
No.
How do you feel about that?
No, 88 Glam.
Hey,
I changed my mind.
You changed your mind.
Yeah.
No.
That's for
Leave that for the year.
Yeah, that's for later.
That's for year interview.
Yeah, I won't rate it now because I don't think I've listened to it properly. And you know, Tay spoke very highly of this project.
Yes.
There's a lot of layers to it. His lyrics, there's a lot of depth to it. So
I have no doubt.
Yeah, I haven't really got that level of appreciation yet. So yeah, I won't rate it yet because I don't want to shit on it and give it a 1.5.
I mean, let's do this. How about this? Initial impressions, but then this is definitely something we need to come back to in our year of end review.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like during this whole thing, listening to it, I didn't want to, and I was so forced to listen to, like, the Meek Mill album that I just forgot about this. I just went back to that.
Yeah. I went back to the Meek Mill one, too.
So.
See, that was the thing, because I had such high expectations for Earl, and then, like, you can tell there's some stuff in there where he's getting busy, but then just the overall cohesiveness of the project, the way it's put together, it's anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just like it's all over the place. It's lo-fi. It's really odd rhythms, and he's on a different level. It's that artsy shit, right? So it's just hard for the casual listener to get into. I wouldn't say we're casual listeners, but even then, the end product is kind of like for the die-hard backpackers.
Yeah.
So let's put a pause on this. Let's do our initial impression rating, and then let's really listen to this throughout the rest of the month and come back to it.
You know what it is? If I'm not wrong, he was contemplating retirement because he was tired of like playing the game or whatever. So I feel like with this album, he didn't put too much effort into it. So he didn't spend too much time trying to make it cohesive. I don't know.
I don't think so. I kind of disagree with that because the whole whole album is consistent.
Yeah, his lyrics are consistent. That's what I gotta say.
Because I'm listening in the car or wherever and I'm doing other stuff in the background, I don't know if I'm missing something or if I'm sure there's like an overarching theme or message that he's trying to get at.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't be surprised.
Initial reviews are saying, but I feel like we need to take the time to dissect this before we can rate it fairly.
Yeah.
Initial impressions, though.
Should I give it a number?
Just do it, and then we'll revise at the end.
Man, it's gonna look bad.
I'll give it
a 2 out of 5.
I'm with you. 2 out of 5 for me.
I'm there too. I was a 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
It's really hard to get through.
Like the 2 out of 5 coming because of his reputation, and I know that the talent level is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a 1.5 or a 1 without his name.
Exactly.
Oh,
if this was like his first project,
mm-hmm.
easy 1 or 1.5 and straight up delete. But
but there are albums where I've gained a greater appreciation by dissecting the lyrics.
100%.
Because I know shit goes over my head sometimes. So.
Yo, there's music that I listened to from years ago, like J. Cole's like old stuff that I still get to catch new shit now, you know? So that's like some of the best music, like timeless music that you listen to. You always catch something new and you're like, oh shit, I've been listening to the song for so long and I never caught it.
Okay. So, wait, what about Keep Delete or that initial reactions?
I mean,
do you want to save that for when we do the full review?
Keep it for now.
We have to repeat it because we got to listen to it some more.
Yeah, so we'll look into that.
Just to wrap up the projects that we're going to speak about. Hang on.
So for the audience, if you guys have listened to Earl Sweatshirt, let us know what you guys think. Because this is a tough one for us.
Yeah, it was hard to get through. So just a few shout outs. Trey Songz dropped 2 projects. One called 11, the other called 28. If you know Trey Songz, if you like R&B, I recommend you check it out. Victor Oladipo from the NBA also dropped a quick project as well. Mm-hmm. It wasn't as trash as I thought it was going to be. So again, if you're an R&B fan, go listen, see what you think.
Man should leave that and wait till the regular season's over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he recorded it during the summertime.
Who knows? Hit the game winner and then record
as long as he's not going on tour.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Smoke Dogg. He also released a project as well called Struggle Before Glory. I won't talk about it. A few good songs on there. Definitely go listen to it if you're a fan of like Toronto music and the Toronto music scene.
Definitely
Keith,
support the
shout out
scene.
your boy.
Hey yo, shout out to Kaio Genesis. I heard about this guy from some YouTubers. I don't know if you guys know about them. Law Twins. They're shout out to Law Twins, giving them a little support, but they review music. Yo,
don't be shouting out motherfuckers on this podcast.
Hey man, Law Twins, give us a shout out.
Us out.
I shout you guys out. You guys shout me out. Follow for a follow, right? No, but no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I fuck with the Kyle Genesis project.
Yeah, I was impressed.
I was impressed, and he's got that nerdiness that Keith and I kind of resonate with.
Bad
so that's
sushi.
Good.
Hey. Oh,
bad sushi.
Hey, bro. I like this album. I liked it. It's gonna be one of my sleepers for sure. Kaio, shout out to Law Twins for putting me on that.
For all you gamers and anime fans, Kaio Genesis is that perfect blend between hip hop and all those other overlapping interests.
I agree. Let's stay on the music and entertainment topic, I guess, before we move on to talk about basketball and movies and other shit. One of the big things that happened in the game, Tory versus Joyner Lucas.
Man,
love that shit.
Man,
that shit was fun.
You know I love that beat.
That was
shit.
fun.
Yeah.
They were just going back and forth.
This is how beef is supposed to be.
That's how it is.
So you can't really even call it a beef because they don't
not
have
a
any
beef,
personal issues.
I liked how they delivered it.
But I feel
Delivery of
like
everything was
it
good.
kind of took away from the thing because, like, if you don't really beef with someone and they were both fans of each other, there's only so much you can say, right? You can't really say anything too harmful because at the end of the day, you don't really have a problem with this guy. You're just engaging in lyrical warfare, you know?
I mean, I think it was still an admirable matchup. It was a good matchup, and
Let me
I
just
think
open
they
up this
did-
Corona.
Yo, we're not sponsored yet. What are you doing?
Hey, Corona.
Holla.
Holla at me.
Send that.
Holla at me.
Holla at me,
Shout out,
Constellation.
Bobby. Swing that other Corona you got over there.
Thank you, brother.
I don't.
But I mean, circling back, I think this competitiveness is what we need in this industry, right? It's you can't have these beefs fueled by actual personal drama. Well, you can, but I think it just draws too much ugliness. I think when you do it this way, just songs back and forth, and there's just mutual respect, you still get some really good digs out, and they understand where it's coming from, so it doesn't deteriorate into violence.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like that aspect of it because, you know, it won't escalate to a level where, like, people's safety are at stake. So I don't know if they're gonna release more music because they kind of stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the first round, Joyner got him because Tory just went up.
Sorry.
Hold up.
Can you get your point out? Sorry.
No. I'll let you open up that can.
All right, my bad.
Okay, here
Took
we
a
go.
little slow
Yeah,
one.
so I think the first round went to Joyner because Tory only did a 16. He didn't actually do a full song, whereas Joyner dropped a full song. And in the second round, I felt like I'd give it to Tory. And I'm still waiting to hear from them because I don't think they're
done.
going to respond. They're done.
They're done.
And the other thing I didn't like was let the music speak for itself. Joyner and Tory both went on Instagram Live and tried to clarify and clear things up. You know, I didn't like that because just let the music speak for itself, right? If you're coming out to clarify a song, then you're begging for the W, in my opinion.
You're just looking for a handout, sort of.
But I enjoyed it, man. You know, I'm all for that shit. And both of them are super dope. And Tory wants to smoke, man. He said
He wants to smoke with
T,
everybody.
Pusha T, J. Cole, he called out everybody. So,
But who answered? Who answered the door?
A nobody.
A nobody.
he's dope, but
He's dope, but he
in the
needs
grand
he
scheme
needs
of
the
things,
attention.
he's nobody.
Though. That's
He's
what
not
it
on
is.
the level.
So it's an artist by the name of Jag, which I played on our playlist before. He responded, and he had Joyner Lucas's back going at Tory because Tory went at all the American artists. But I don't think that's the person who he was looking for. I think that was a little bit of a cloud chasing move.
It was mad cloud chasing. Nobody's watching that. They're just watching Joyner Tory.
Yeah.
But I love the digs they got at each other with Tory and Joyner. So you're saying round one went to Joyner?
Yeah.
Is that the Liddy freestyle?
So round one was he replaced Joyner's verse, the 16-bar verse on a song that he had with Eminem, with his own verse, which he had to go and clarify. He's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to replace your verse and show I'm better than yours." And then Joyner came back and dropped the whole Liddy freestyle.
So Liddy was round two.
It was round one. So Tory dropped first, then Joyner's Liddy came out, and then second round
Was it
Tory's
Kodak?
Liddy came out.
So
And then Kodak.
I didn't hear the
Kodak.
Eminem thing, but between the two Liddy freestyles, which one was better? Because that was really where I got excited.
Yeah.
That's a fair comparison.
Oof. I'm not gonna say anything on that one. I'm gonna keep out of that. That's tough. Both of
It's
those.
pretty tough. I like Tory, man.
Yeah, this might be my bias, and I agree because we're Toronto men.
I
right?
like Tory, man.
Hey man,
I think Tory took it on the Liddy freestyle, and
reclaim the throne.
nah, like the round after that, both of them were kind of whatever. Excuse me.
Oh shit, the wine's getting to you. Come on, brother.
I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I'm biased towards Tory. I'm a huge fan of Tory, so I'd give it to him.
Hey man.
But overall, if you were to just wrap up everything, can you say like someone won and someone lost?
Tory won.
Tory won.
Tory won.
I think Tory.
Yeah, I think Tory won
Yeah.
because like Tory's seen as more of a melodic and an R&B singer more than
But that's because people didn't really fuck with him when he was spitting the bars. And
this is the
that's
thing.
what he says, right?
Yeah,
like, he kind of alludes to that.
I know. Because the big songs that he has on the radio are his R&B songs.
Mm-hmm.
His rap songs aren't as big as those songs. So I feel like he had a little bit more to prove, and I definitely think he stood up. He stood his ground, you know?
He kind of touches on that in the battle, right? Because he's like, Joyner's never going to do those types of numbers. And Tory could easily do that rapidy rap thing. You was seeing him do
100%.
especially in his early project. If you go on YouTube, you can find videos of him freestyling when he's 15.
Look at his recent freestyles. Look at his Sway freestyles.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his Funk Flex freestyles. He always goes off. Always.
So his pen game's heavy.
No, Tory's super dope. I feel like he just has something to prove, right? He felt like people were looking at him more of an R&B artist, and he's like, he had to show everybody.
They forgot.
Like,
or
I've been
knew.
doing this. And I know the clip you're talking about where he was battling someone when he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
He was still nice, and he looked like a fucking baby.
Wow.
He's our age, man, so you can't even say that much because we probably looked the same at the time.
That's true.
Hey, man, I want to get on this topic now that you brought up that he was shouting out Pusha T.
Do it up.
Hey, yo, what happened with that, with Danforth? The whole man's jumping on stage. We don't even talk about that.
That's true. Apparently, Drake paid somebody to pour some beer on him.
We don't know if he paid him.
Hey, the man who jumped on stage was huge.
He was.
Holy, man was a big man.
Yo, to be honest, it was a bold move for him to come to Toronto after what happened.
Bold as fuck.
Because a lot of times people
Where's
just
Push
think
from again?
he's from
Virginia.
Did he have a show there? Did Drake have a show there for that?
100%.
He did,
I think
right?
so. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I want to say he did.
Who goes to Virginia for a show though?
Yeah, you go
Actually,
wherever
he might have gone to
pay.
No. He might
They
have
do an
gone,
analysis.
He
on
might
their
have gone to DC, which is like very close.
Very close, yeah. I don't think he went to Virginia.
No, I don't think so. It's a
No.
much smaller town.
Yeah,
DC, I feel
DC
like he
for
went.
sure.
Yeah. But yo, if goons were gonna show up, they would show up to DC, right?
Yeah, they would.
But yo, look
there's
at
no
the
need
size
for
of
them.
Pusha T's show and look at Drake's show.
Yeah.
Drake's fucking selling out.
He's selling a
big-ass
little music
arenas.
hall, bro.
It's
Yeah.
different levels.
Different
Pusha's
levels.
doing Danforth Music Hall.
Yo, you know what I
Which
wish?
is a dope venue. Shouts to Danforth.
It's a dope venue,
Yeah.
but
I wish that he,
even
go.
this is a shot, but even Logic is doing arenas. And Pusha's out here in Danforth.
Yeah, but Logic
Can't sell out
Logic
the
has a white
ACC,
kids.
brother.
Wu-Tang. He got Wu-Tang on there.
You can't sell out the ACC.
Hey, man. You know what would have been sick? What would have been sick if he, after that whole drama thing, if he dropped the story of Adidon?
He should have done that song.
That would have been nuts. That would have been like some Biggie Smalls
He
type
did
shit.
like I Don't Like. That's the song he did right after everything settled down. That's that shit I don't like. Yeah, that's the song he did.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
I thought it was him that got jumped, but it wasn't him. It was just somebody on stage, right? It's the person who jumped on stage that got jumped.
Yeah,
Security
yeah.
fucked that guy up.
Academics made it look like he got jumped, though,
Yeah,
and he
I
had to
thought
call
Pusha
that.
got jumped at first.
No.
True.
That
No,
would've
they're
been
gonna
that
let him
would've been-
touch Push it.
That would have been much more entertaining.
They won't get close to him.
Yeah.
No.
Hey man, I wouldn't be surprised if Drake was behind it, but whatever. Moving on. Jay-Z, he had to clarify some of his lyrics from the song with Meek Mill. He basically said how he wasn't really going at Kanye. Hold on, let me pull this shit up. He said the line clearly meant, don't pit me against my brothers no matter what our differences are, bracket red hat. Now go pick up the Meek album. Drake and Meek on there together. And then Kanye responded to that saying, Watch the Throne 2 on the way.
We hoping.
Shout out Kanye.
We hoping.
Watch the Throne 2 will be fire.
We're getting tickets to that if that happens.
Yo, I'm so cheesed I didn't go to Watch the Throne 1 because that shit was legendary.
If I was into music back then as I was now, holy
sheesh.
I would've been having
That shit
the time
with
of my
Jay-Z
life.
and Kanye at the same tour.
shit.
God,
We
damn.
fucked up.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder.
I didn't watch this
Kev,
fight.
did you watch?
I saw the results, but that's between you two, man.
That fight was, hey, man.
It was a sick fight, but I don't know if I agree with the results, man.
Well, who you think won?
Okay, this is the thing. I can't decide who won.
Don't base it on like one half knockdown and
This
one
is the
actual
thing.
knockdown.
Okay, so Kev, Tyson Fury.
I know what happened.
I know you know the result, but Tyson Fury, in regards to points, was winning the whole fight.
Yeah.
Yes, but he
got knocked down twice.
Yes,
so that's why Deontay Wilder thought that he should have won because he knocked him twice. He knocked him down twice, whereas Tyson never knocked Wilder down.
This is the same thing with Canelo and Triple G.
Yeah, but that's the shitty thing about these contact sports, right? Because it's a point system, and if you knock them down but don't knock them out, that's just points on your end. That's
I don't know how the fuck he got up.
You don't get extra points for that. It's just another point.
You know what this reminded me of? The man knocked him down hard after losing. Remember that UFC fight with the Black Beast? I forgot that man's name.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's funny.
God. That was hilarious. Funny. Knocked down the Russian man.
How he got
that
up,
man
bro.
looked like he was out. That man looked like he was like in another universe.
The second time Fury got knocked out, he was on his back with his eyes closed. I'm like, he's done.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, this man
gets up,
knocked.
starts fighting like nothing happened.
Walk
like,
over to the ropes, walk back. Man's like strutting over there to the ropes, coming back.
It was a super dope fight. If you watched it, I know you know what I'm talking about. No, if you didn't, definitely go check out the highlights.
Fury dominated that fight all the way around. Just for those 2 knockouts, that's it. Actually, Wilder had no Fury's defense and his strategy against
Wilder was predictable the whole fight.
Yeah, he was looking for that right hook.
The whole fight.
Oh my gosh, so predictable, and he
the only thing that I think made it a draw was because of the 2 knockdowns. If he got even 1 knockdown, I feel like they would.
That first knockdown wasn't even a knockdown. Like the man was trying to duck it, and then he sort of buckled with his knee, and then he got hit, and then he fell. So and he got up quick.
I don't really follow boxing that closely, but I know Tyson's been through a whole lot of drama. So
he was out for 3 years.
3 years. And this guy was on top of his game before that.
I know. The thing is, he was fighting like weight issues. He was gaining a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. He was having mental health problems. He was dealing with that. And then he was just dealing with a whole bunch of shit. And then he finally came back and had this fight. I don't want to get into my conspiracy bag, but I felt like they wanted it to be a draw. They didn't want anyone to win.
Okay, that conspiracy aside, salutes to him for coming out of it. Like,
no, 100%.
That's some pure competitiveness right there, and he held his own. If you,
for sure,
regardless of who you think won, I saw enough highlights to know he held his.
No, he held his own. If anything, people can argue he won the fight, and I wouldn't even be mad at that because he definitely fought better than Wilder did.
And even besides that, the sportsmanship that man showed
after the fight was like one of the best parts.
Like watching that after the fight, just the way
kept
he
praising
showed
God.
respect.
He's like, yo,
bro,
thanks for keeping me safe. God bless
that.
But you know what the thing was? Because Wilder helped his career a lot. He didn't have to fight someone who was at Wilder's level because he's been out of the game for 3 years. He might have had to start at a lower level. Yeah. But Wilder wanted to fight Anthony Joshua, but that pussy never responded to him.
That's why AJ.
Yeah. And then Fury called him out. He's like, AJ, where you at? I love that shit.
Not on the docket, but where do you guys stand? UFC versus boxing.
UFC.
Okay, good.
I like boxing too, but I feel like there's only
that's
4 people.
That's a quarter of a fight. That's not even a real fight.
That's what it is. It's like
a quarter of a fight.
Nah, but it's different though. It's like the game is different. It's like comparing basketball to like a different sport.
It's like comparing basketball to hockey. But hockey's like UFC and basketball's UFC.
There's so much more depth in UFC. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Contact. And it's just like, but it surprises me how much bigger boxing is, and it's probably because it's a much older
Showtime
sport.
And
it's
HBO,
like 100 years older.
Yeah.
But
I feel like the level of violence.
UFC's gonna be the future.
I feel like the level of violence has something to do with it. I don't think a lot of people can stand watching a UFC fight and see people get knee to the even when I watch it, when people get knee to the face or elbowed and shit, like I feel the pain in the fucking couch,
fucking gruesome, bro.
And then they take it to the ground and then the blood just spills everywhere.
I feel like it's like way too like violent for America to be able to watch it. Boxing, you have gloves on.
Are you kidding? It's way too violent for America.
Not for America.
The country that fucking allows open carry on AR.
America. Fuck yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the level of violence has something to do with it, but I do believe that it will take over boxing.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You know, it will. I feel like boxing is more. I feel like kids can watch boxing
because UFC didn't exist before. Boxing came coming first.
So. Hey man, Dana White is doing what he can. It's gonna take over for sure.
He turned that small shit league into like $1 billion industry.
Hey man,
so good
he's
for
making
him.
his bread. Give it another 10 years, we'll see what's good.
Yeah, I
but
think
boxing is
take over,
dying.
but we'll see.
Hey man, there's not a lot of people left now.
No, boxing. There's only a few people.
Floyd's
Manny,
done.
Floyd, Wilder, Fury, and
They rely
Anthony
on all these
Joshua. That's
talkers.
all I know, and I'm not even a big boxing fan.
Real facts: Floyd fights are boring as fuck.
Because he just puts up the shoulder the whole fucking fight.
Yeah, man. What are you gonna?
Let's watch him fight the Japanese
It's fucking
kickboxer.
entertainment, man. Entertain us.
We're at a Reddit stream. Put that on right now.
We'll see. All right, let's shift gears. Fuck it. We've already been talking shit for a long time. Let's talk about basketball for a little bit. Let's see what I want to get into here. Some of these things we don't have to talk about. All right, fuck it. Start with this. Last episode, we talked about Washington wanting to blow up the team, right? So Russell Westbrook followed Bradley Beal on Twitter, which I don't think it's a big deal. People follow each other on social media platforms all the time.
Bro,
yeah,
why
and then people start blowing it up on the thing.
That's all it is. Russ knows what he's doing.
No, I know what he's doing, but Bradley Beal to OKC will be a huge pickup for them. Push Paul George to small forward, and then Bradley Beal plays shooting guard.
Would it? I don't think it would fit. I don't think they would.
Why not?
Do you think Russ is going to play well with all those, let alone Paul George? You see what happened to Melo. You think he's going to work well with Bradley Beal?
Where's Melo right now?
Melo is somewhere.
Melo's playing with his fucking dick right now.
Hey, man. Lala, where you at? Lala, where you at? Help the man out.
Listen, if Russ can play with KD, I feel like he can play with Bradley Beal.
But did Russ play with KD really though? Because
they blew a 3-1 lead.
No, but
they had Golden State. They just blew that lead.
There's too many people on that team if Bradley Beal comes on in the starting lineup of that.
Do you not think Russ was a contributing factor to KD leaving?
No, 100%.
I don't think Russ plays well with anyone who has the potential to take center stage.
No, he's way too ball dominant. Yeah. He has the ball in his hands all the time.
He wants to be a franchise player, but he can't be because it's not enough to go the distance.
No. In the NBA now, you need at least 3 superstars on your team to be able to go somewhere. Even 2 is not enough. Back in the day, you had 2 people.
Yeah, Shaq and Kobe.
3 people now is the minimum.
Kobe.
Russ is a young Kobe. That's what I think.
I think
he's a young Kobe.
That. Like number 8 Kobe.
Kobe wasn't that... Kobe was good. But Russ... That man is a beast.
No,
averaging a triple-double in every season is hard.
Mentality, I can see that Mamba mentality, but the way that Russ plays, it's so powerful.
Yeah, but
it's fucking powerful as fuck.
He has the same problems, right? He can't share, and he needs a big. The way Kobe needed Shaq, but he's the type to never admit it.
He has Aquaman.
Aquaman isn't enough.
Adams.
King of the Seas. That ain't good enough. Hey, man.
OKC's not going anywhere with Aquaman.
Shout out Aquaman, December 21st. People, get your tickets now. Tickets on sale.
He's got Aquaman on his team.
Yo, that man cannot be moved. That man's a wall.
He's a beast.
Oh my gosh.
Moving on. Okay. Shaq calling Giannis the new Superman.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you. Next topic. Derrick Rose and I don't give a fuck.
No, listen.
Man, why is this? The man got stepped over by a Knicks player and now he's going to punch him in the balls?
Why can Giannis be the new Superman, but Dwight Howard couldn't be the new Superman?
Who gives a fuck? Dwight Howard's sucking dick right now, okay? Derrick Rose and All-Star again.
Whoa.
Hey,
holy shit.
Did I step over?
Those NBA fans out there that are listening to us, you know what Keith is talking about. But if you don't, we're not going to get into it.
NBA people
we're not going to get into that.
All right, Derrick Rose an All-Star again? Oh, he cooked Kyrie that night.
Derrick Rose,
one play.
Is he an All-Star again? Yes.
Not starting.
Not starting
on the bench. On the bench for sure.
Okay. But we're all happy to see him there.
Yeah, we're 100%. Definitely. At least he's there. He's 14, present and he's suited. That's all. Let me tell
you what his stats. Last 14 games, 21.8 points per game.
Beautiful.
56 field goal percentage. And his 3-point is 57.
He's starting though, right? He's not coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench.
Is he? Every
Jeff
time?
Teague is starting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, that's all part of the plan.
He said he wants to get 6
coming off the bench, dropping 21.8. Oh.
You told me 5 years ago that Jeff Teague is going to start over Derrick, and I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Know. You know what it is? Like, early in the season, Derrick Rose said that he wants to go for 6th man of the year. Because he's like, that year I won MVP. I said I was going to win MVP. And this year I'm going to come out and say I'm going to win 6th man of the year. So I feel like he's on a mission to get that. And right now, so far, I don't see anybody good competing with him.
Hey, man.
Six man like D-Rose.
Him, like D-Rose. But no,
right.
yeah, he's doing
Raptors versus Golden State.
Siakam most improved?
Maybe.
Nick Nurse just won Coach of the Year, Coach of the Month. Yeah, hey, Raptors are doing work.
Raptors keep impressing me, man.
It's impressing, right? It's amazing, but when it comes to the playoffs,
choke.
Done up.
But how much does Nick Nurse have to do with everything?
Nothing.
Really?
Nick
Offense. He's offense.
No, Nick Nurse just giving him the flexibility to do whatever they want. Listen, I know all you guys know how to play basketball. Go out and do that.
What was the stat that they put out that Kawhi and Magic Johnson? What was that? What was that stat?
Highest win percentage.
Interesting.
Kawhi is dope, man.
Kawhi is a dope player. Well, he's
75%.
Shout out to that New Balance money. That drip coming hard, eh? New Balance.
That's actually hilarious. Why is he getting New Balance deal? Those are Nurse shoes.
Hey, man, let him do him. He's getting his money. Can't complain.
But I gotta say, that game against Golden State, so far in the season, that's definitely the game of the year. KD dropped 51 on us, but they lost, and Kawhi was going at him the whole game. He ended up with like 38 or some shit.
Yeah, man, that game, from what you've been telling me when we were playing Fortnite together, hey, man, that game was pretty nuts from what you've been used to as this commentator to me.
I was watching that. That was a tight-ass game.
Sick game.
You know what, too? It was the most watched Raptors game of all time.
True.
So
I mean,
damn.
I feel like because Kawhi came here, now we have more national TV games.
Hell yeah!
Whereas before we didn't really have as much.
We were the other. Now we're
he's easily he's top 3 in the league.
People keep saying that, but I don't know if I agree with that. People say he's top 3,
but that's the conventional statement.
I'll put him top 5.
And
top 5, yeah, I agree.
So regardless of ranking, he's good enough to be a big draw.
No, for sure. Yo, top 5, you can't be mad at that.
1.5 million Canadians tuned in to watch it. So that's a pretty fucking big number.
We took down the defending champs, even though they didn't have Draymond or Steph, which they
didn't have Steph. It doesn't count, man.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Boogie coming back in Christmas, though. Watch out, people.
Steph's already back. Steph dropped like 29 points the first game he came back. It's too easy for him.
Hey, man, you know what they're doing. Who cares? What was his injury? Tell me.
These guys are going to rest these players because they know for a fact they're making it to the finals.
Who knows?
But, I mean, we've been resting Kawhi, too.
Yeah.
That's like every other game.
We know we're going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals for sure.
Like, look at Boston right now. Boston is fucked. Kyrie even said it.
Go ahead. I'll let you do the segue right there. Perfect.
Hey, man, I brought the segue. You got to provide the facts because you said Kyrie said everything's blowing up.
I was surprised to see this because, like, I like Kyrie, even though I was a Laker fan because I was a fan of Kobe. I didn't really like the Celtics. But now I like the Celtics a little bit because of Kyrie. He said, we're almost at the rock bottom, at the point where the team is about to blow up. I don't know what their issue is. I feel like they have pieces at every position. Shooting guard. They got Marcus Smart. They got Jaylen Brown. They got Tatum. They got Horford. They got pieces everywhere. So I don't know why they're trying to blow the team up. But Boston and Houston are tied for like the most disappointing start to the season because they both have so much potential. But right now in the standing, they're very low. Are they going to blow up?
They're going to blow up. Hey, man, they have so many good pieces there. Gordon Hayward is still trying to make his way in.
He had a good game a few days ago. He dropped like 31 points.
I don't give a shit.
This year is not their year. That's my prediction.
I think
will have a couple years.
It's still going to be Boston versus Raps. And I do hope the Raps take it because I feel like, this is the best team we've had in a long-ass time.
What about Philly, though?
And if we don't, Kawhi is dipping.
Yeah. Oh,
he's taking that New Balance money where? LA?
You're talking about Philly. Philly is coming up.
Trust the process.
The process is there.
Fuck the process.
Fuck the process. Hey, I want Bradley Beal still. I want Bradley Beal.
On the Raps?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We're not getting Bradley.
I know we're not getting him. Give some future picks and some money. Fuck it. Give him some OVO gear.
We're not in rebuild. We don't need to do shit like
we don't.
this.
I know, but if we got Bradley Beal, we're trying to make a run for it right now.
I feel like right now, our chemistry is like way ahead of where it should be for a new team. We got new pieces together, but the way we're playing right now, I feel like we've been playing together for a long time. So I don't know if you want to add another new piece to it and let them start all over again. I think we got enough pieces.
if you're GM, you're pretty happy with the
We're
results
good.
right now.
Right now,
the
but
way
that don't mean
Siakam
shit.
was
Hey,
playing,
we had the best season last season. What happened? We got blown out by the fucking Cavs.
yeah, because DeMar DeRozan plays no D and he plays fucking ISO the whole game.
Listen, I honestly believe if we got Bradley Beal, that's a lot for us in the
No,
East.
I agree, bro.
That's a
Who
lot.
wouldn't want Bradley Beal on their team, right?
But what do we lose at that cost?
We lose a couple future picks. Maybe we lose Van Fleet and maybe like
Van
one
Vliet is
big
nice, though.
and some money. Honestly,
Whatever.
because if they're not happy there, Bradley Beal said it in a comment when a reporter asked him, you know, what are all this talks about you leaving and all that, and he said it's just noise, right?
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is.
I don't know. We'll
but
see.
nobody wants to live here.
I feel
That's
like
the other
Washington
thing.
still has something to prove, and they've been turning it. I feel like maybe if they get rid of the coach, it will help a lot because John Wall and the coach aren't getting along, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I have some other basketball shit, but fuck that. Let's move on.
Let's talk movies.
Movies. Hey,
Disney's
man.
Illuminati. You heard it here first.
We're 90s babies over here. We were born in the early 1990s. So we got some of our childhood movies coming back. Lion King, Toy Story 4, Dumbo, Aladdin.
Don't act like you were a big Dumbo fan back then. You were a big
I watched Dumbo.
You watched Dumbo?
Yeah, of course.
Guys, I've never watched Dumbo.
I've never watched Dumbo.
You never watched Dumbo?
Never.
You watching
Yeah,
an elephant fly?
Yeah, I watched it.
That's the concept, right?
I
It
know.
flies.
It's an elephant with big ass ears that flies.
My shit.
Something about celebrating difference.
Listen, I watched.
Aladdin too. Aladdin.
You haven't watched Aladdin?
No, I watched Aladdin.
Okay.
I watched
Aladdin is
Aladdin.
fire.
Rep the brown man's out here.
No, listen. I've watched Dumbo multiple times, but if I were to tell you what the movie was about right now, I wouldn't be able
Hey,
to tell
what was
you.
the name of the brown girl in Aladdin?
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Holy. Yo. Hey,
feel you.
Make
When I
that
was a kid,
an
moving
actual
on.
person. Holy moly.
When I was a kid, oh
Hey,
my god.
swing
Moving
that.
on.
Moving
Swing
on.
that.
No, let's not move on. Swing that ass here.
Nah, I'm
Animation.
excited. The Lion King movie, the Lion King trailer looks super dope.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see these movies come out. I'll probably watch all of them because I have a girlfriend and she's probably gonna want to watch these movies.
Hell yeah.
Yo, but Donald Glover as Simba, though, that's gonna be dope. And they
Oh,
got the
shit, I didn't
same
know that.
guy.
Wait, Donald Glover Simba?
Yeah, bro.
Grown up Simba, obviously, right?
I didn't
And
know
then-
that.
The guy who's doing
Simba.
Mufasa's
My bad.
voice.
No,
Yeah.
Mufasa. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up for a second.
Mufasa's
Let him
voice.
get his facts out.
Same actor as the guy who did it back in '94. And you know who this
yeah,
guy
yeah.
is?
That's
James Earl motherfucking Jones. He
Darth
did
Vader.
Darth Vader's voice.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, man, they got him back. That man, thank God that man's still here.
That man is fucking Darth Vader.
Yeah, bro. You know what they did with Darth Vader?
God.
It was a white guy in a suit, and then they just put his voice over that. You know that,
They
right?
put a black man over a white guy's body. That's,
Hey, bro. Fire.
that's some reverse fucking...
You know this meme that I saw about Lion King saying how, oh, everyone's excited about the movie, but they forget they have to watch Mufasa die again and everyone's gonna fucking cry.
Hey, man. I can't wait to see how that happens.
But that's emotional impact. If
Yeah,
you
man.
cry, they did a good job.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It looks dope, man. Can't
I'm
wait to watch
excited.
them.
I'm very excited.
Disney taking over next year. Fucking Avengers coming out too. It's gonna be nuts. That's
Disney
Disney's
taking
year.
over?
When
They
is
never
that streaming
left.
platform
They never
coming?
left, but this coming year, they're taking over. The 2019 is Disney's year.
They just pulled a power move. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that. They fucking canceled everything on
Canceled
Netflix.
They
all the
canceled
shows on Netflix.
everything. Holy.
That's
Next
power.
Cup Punisher
Okay.
season 2 is sort of like in filming. Are they just gonna cancel it right
Season
away?
2?
No.
Season
Punisher.
4.
Punisher.
Oh, Punisher, yeah.
They
yeah,
canceled
sorry.
Daredevil, so that's the
Yeah,
latest
Daredevil
breaking
season
news.
4 is canceled.
After
Luke Cage canceled. All
Holy.
these shows fucking
Iron
canceled.
Fist canceled. Those two were trash. Jessica Jones
They
is
were
coming up next.
trash, yeah.
I think Jessica Jones might be coming out with a new season. I don't know. But Punisher, I can't wait to see that. They're going to cancel that after watching a Daredevil season that was straight
Yo, this
fire.
is the thing, though. I feel like the Disney streaming platform
Fuck
will
that.
will be more geared towards the kids.
I don't give a fuck. Do I want to watch Winter Soldier and Falcon on a TV show?
And
Who
like,
the fuck?
why would they move like Daredevil and shit like that to the Disney platform?
They're not.
They
They're not
will.
moving. No, they're not
They
moving.
will.
They won't move those guys there. They're not moving
They're
it
just
there.
canceling
They're
it straight
canceling.
up?
How can they put that shit on Disney?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They're not
They
gonna do
can't.
that.
Yeah.
They're gonna have fucking Lion
But-
King on repeat
No, no,
there,
no,
and then they're
take
gonna have
in.
this shit.
No, take this in. You know how Netflix now has a kids section? What if the Disney thing has an adult section? This just popped into my head.
They probably will.
Because that makes sense, right?
It
You go
makes
to the
sense, but
kids
how far
section,
can
they
you
have
go
all the
with that?
fucking cartoons of all that shit, and Disney will have an adult section where they have like all this other shit.
That's gonna be hard to like make
Yeah.
sure. I don't know. I mean, I might need to research that, but I highly doubt.
Speaking about Netflix,
Shit. What?
Kev, have you heard?
Oh, why
that
are we
in
bringing this
Canada,
up? Don't
They're
bring this
going
up.
to increase the price of Netflix
Shut the
subscriptions.
fuck up. Who gives a fuck? People are
Is
still
it
getting
time
Netflix.
to YouTube and chill?
He was saving that. He told me about this before we started recording.
I had that in
Listen,
the bag.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
is it time to just there's so many streaming platforms where you can watch your favorite shows, your favorite movies for absolutely fucking free. HD. Why are we paying for this shit?
Guys, if you're paying for streaming already, minimum wage in Ontario is $15 an hour. You can afford an hour of work for
For Netflix?
24 hours of binging.
A month worth.
A month's worth of binging.
Yo, what's...
Pull your shit together. What are you talking about?
No, listen. What's the advantage of having Netflix instead of using some other platform, or instead of torrenting? You torrent the whole
You
season
have
of
Netflix
whatever.
specials and Netflix
You can torrent those.
I'm a
torrent.
torrenter.
You want a
Let's-
torrent?
Yeah.
What are you?
I
cheap?
torrent.
What are
I
you,
still
work?
torrent.
Yeah, I
but
torrent now too.
yeah.
I'll say this much.
Yo, you can
No, I
torrent
torrent, like,
Ozark, you can torrent all these Netflix originals and have the whole season and binge that shit on your computer. Free.
Netflix is convenience.
Yeah,
People
man.
are lazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
Come
I'm gonna
on,
pay like
man.
$15. Who cares? I have that shit locked
Save
down.
money,
I don't.
gang.
It saves
Save
saves
money,
where I
gang.
just last watched this episode. I'm watching House of Cards right now. Get on that. House of Cards is fire.
Yo, you can download the whole fucking
I heard that
season
ending
of
is
House of Cards.
trash.
Is it? I'm on season 5. I don't know what's happening. Yet.
Holy shit. Wait, none of you guys watch Walking Dead, right?
Not
recently.
anymore.
Not
It
recently.
fell off.
Are you planning on watching it, or can I spoil it?
Spoil it. I know.
Spoil it. I know the comics.
Spoiler alert for anyone watching.
Beep,
If you
beep,
watch
beep.
Walking Dead, stop listening to me right now. The zombies are evolving. These motherfuckers are talking now.
Nah. Okay. They're not
What do you mean
evolving.
no? They are. I've seen the thing. I'm caught up.
You know why?
Nah.
Because that's the next thing in Walking Dead. The new villains, they're not zombies. They cover themselves in the zombie's skin, and then they pretend to be zombies.
That's in
They walk
the
around.
comics,
Yo,
right?
these
What
zombies
is that?
That's
were
in the
like,
comics.
Yeah.
These zombies were like, oh, where is he? Go get him. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they do some unusual shit where like,
Is that clan with the what was that? Remember they found those people with with that symbol on their forehead?
no,
No, it's not
no.
them, right?
That's unique to the TV show.
Yeah,
But these
okay.
new guys, they're in the comics.
Okay.
They're the guys after Negan's crew, and what
Yeah.
they do is they dress
Okay.
up in the
As
zombie
zombies?
skin, and then they walk around in the zombie packs so they don't get attacked.
There's some fucked
like,
up people out
you
there.
know how they put like the blood of the zombies all
Yeah.
over them?
Yeah.
They can walk amongst the zombies. Why don't
Yeah.
they do that?
That's
doesn't-
exactly what they're doing, but
Yeah,
even
right.
more in depth, they're actually
Yeah.
covering
Yo,
themselves
I'm
in the
telling
skin.
you, when I watched the last episode and I heard these zombies talk, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Rick is gone too, eh?
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is Rick gone?
Should
Yeah.
I spoil it?
They did a really
What?
shitty way of writing him out.
Yeah, I
because
didn't
Andrew
watch it.
Lincoln wanted out.
He got injured and he had to drop in a river and he got washed away. And this lady who was supposed to get saved by this other group found Rick and felt bad for him because he saved her life. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to take him with me. So now they've been separate from the group. They don't even show Rick in the show anymore because they're focused on the group. And they fast forward in the future. So Rick's kid is like all grown up. The girl.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah, the girl's grown up.
It's about time.
Yeah, so they don't show Rick anymore, but I feel like it's either going to be a movie or a spin-off TV show to show where he's been at.
The rumor is they gave an option to do a movie.
Word.
Which is kind of shitty because this is a huge divergence from the comics. These new guys, like, they were a big part of the plot, but you know what? That show fell off. I'm writing it off.
I'm done
Fuck
with it. I'm done
This
with
season, this season's got me. I'll see what's going on.
I might come back.
Is
hey.
Negan still rotting in jail?
Yeah, he is.
Fuck, man.
Wow.
But I feel
What?
like he's scheming in
James Dean Morgan. That's his name, right? I feel
Jeffrey Dean
Jeffrey
Morgan.
Dean Morgan.
He's
that
scheming
man,
in
That
jail.
man is
I've
a
seen
comedian,
him,
bro.
I've seen him make
He's also Thomas Wayne. Flashpoint
True.
coming up? I don't know.
True.
Oh, I know him from Supernatural.
True.
Word.
Yeah.
I like him
Whatever.
as Watchmen. The comedian was my favorite.
Last
Oh,
thing to
right.
talk about.
The comedian, bro.
Last thing to talk about. Creed 2.
We finally watched it.
Keith and I went to watch it.
After fucking how many weeks of
I know.
talking about this shit?
We've been talking about this movie for a long time. We've been excited. Creed 2. Keep it short, Keith. Go.
8.5 out of 10. I gave it 8.5 out of 10.
Right when we left the movie theater, Keith usually does this thing where he posts a picture of the movie and gives his rating. When he gave it 8.5, it blew my fucking mind. I was like, what? 8.5? Because he's usually a harsh critic. Personally, I give it a 7.5.
He's gone soft.
I watched the first one.
Nah, man.
I wasn't really a big fan of the first one, and I texted Keith while I was watching it. I'm like, yo, this shit's a little corny. But the second one, I enjoyed it a lot. 7.5 is what I would give it. And I'd recommend you to go watch it, especially if you've been following the series just to see what happens.
Because
I don't know.
So the way I look at it is because with movies, I look at it as a story. And in order to have a story, you have to have, character development. And that's a major thing that I look for. And they really set up Ivan Drago and his son in a really good way in order to make people sort of understand where they come from and how the Rocky IV series changed Ivan Drago's life. And
I agree. They connected the movies very well.
And it's not the same director. It's not Ryan Coogler. So that was interesting to me. I didn't see that.
They connected Creed 2 to Creed 1 really well.
Yeah.
And they also connected it back to the other Rocky movies really well. So I agree with you on that.
It was good. I really enjoyed how, him and his girlfriend, were working together to, come about this. They started off, spoiler alert, just going through it. Obviously, he fought him, and then he lost through disqualification. He still lost.
Chill.
He still lost, but then
chill.
in the last one, he came back and he won.
Alert.
Suck my dick. All right, so he came back and he won. So that was good.
Wow, you just fucking put out the whole movie.
That was predictable as fuck.
That's predictable as fuck. It's Rocky. And Rocky's done now. Sylvester Stallone's Sly is done. Italian Stallion.
He says he's done with the role.
He put the gloves on.
Hey, man, he might come up with Rambo 5 now.
Or Expendables, whatever, 55.
He should leave everything as is.
Leave everything as Sly, yo. You're good. Thank you for everything, brother.
All right. That's all we got for this week. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Hope you enjoyed the episode. So we end the podcast the same way each week. 3 of us here, we pick 2 to 4 songs each. We create a mini playlist that we
I've been drinking for a little bit, but get through it, brother. Come on, you can do it.
Fuck, man. So yeah, we pick 2 to 4 songs each, upcoming R&B and rap artists, hip hop artists that we enjoyed and we think you guys should be listening to. We play those picks at the end of the episode, and we update the playlist that we have on Apple Music and on Spotify. So if you haven't followed those playlists, you're sleeping on us, because there's a bunch of good artists on there that you can listen to and you can show off to your friends, because I know you ain't listening to
Fuego.
them.
Yeah, man.
Fuego.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, our playlist is Run It Back playlist, RVN space IT space BACK. Run It Back.
Yeah, also follow us on Instagram too, RVNITBACK. Hit the link in the bio. It takes you to our YouTube channel. We have there. We have our podcast on SoundCloud. We have it on Apple Music and Spotify. I fucked that up too. But no, guys, check us out. Anywhere you can find a podcast, we're going to be there. YouTube too, I upload there as well. So make sure you provide us with any feedback, comment, and, tell us some topics that you want us to cover. So anything helps us. Hey, you're talking a lot of shit over there. Eh? I'm going to slap the shit out of you if you keep going. All right, but no, follow us. Give us some support, share us with your friends, and then, hey, we'll go from there.
We're RVNITBACK on all social media channels, and you can find us at anywhere you listen to your podcasts.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram, and we really want to hear from you. So we post some stuff that we want to get some engagement from you guys. So, hey.
Checking for those DMs and comments, man.
Hey, yes, DM me, ladies.
Oh, yeah. If you're an upcoming artist, if you're an upcoming artist and you want us to feature your music on our playlist, just make sure you send us a DM with a link and we'll listen. And if we think it's good, we'll put a song on our playlist.
Until next week, guys.
Hey, we're still trying to figure out this outro thing right here. So bear with us.
Run it back?
Run it back. Till next week. Peace.
Easy.
Peace.